What's going on, everyone? So, Los Angeles Lakers are coming off of a tough loss to the Phoenix Suns in a game in which Lakers honestly should have won. Lakers were in that game down to the very end, which is more of a testament to the Lakers than the Suns. I mean, the Suns, they should have their concerns. They're not a very good team, in my opinion. I'm really not sold on Phoenix as a team, and I just think that the Lakers are such a favorable matchup, right? Like, I think that Phoenix, if the Lakers were to play Phoenix in a 7-game series, I think the Lakers beat them in like 5, maybe 6 tops, but I think it'd probably be a real quick walkthrough, in my opinion. But, LeBron James dealing with some illness. He looked like it out there on the basketball court. Even with all the issues, right? Guys not showing up, bench production was atrocious. LeBron James having his struggles. Lakers still should have and were in that game. So I just think you dust it off, you brush it off, and you just go, hey, bad game, bad moment. And now you look to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland is undefeated. And they very well want to plan to stay undefeated, right? They want to keep pace with top teams in the league like the Boston Celtics and whatnot. And they want to make sure that they are doing their part to remain in that upper echelons of the Eastern Conference. So you're on the road, second game on the road. You're coming off of a loss. How do you respond? How do you look as a team coming off of a loss, right? Because, look, you go on a handful game losing streak, you lose 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row. That could be the difference between you being a playoff team or a play-in team. I mean, you look at the standings last season. I mean, it was 2 games basically separated play-in from being a bona fide playoff team. A handful of games separated them from being a 3 or 4 seed. So that just shows how tight the Western Conference was. Now, I'm not as sold on the Western Conference this year as I was last year. Obviously, it's still early, so we'll see if that changes. But I do think a lot of teams got worse. I think a lot of teams regressed, and you're seeing some of that in a lot of ways. But this Lakers team, they can't really worry about other teams. They need to handle their business. And you don't want to go on this road trip and start 0-2 when you just came off of a 3-0 record. Right? You were 3-0, look great, right? Fans are at an all-time high. J.J. Redick's getting praised. Right? There are already talks about Coach of the Year, and he's the favorite of winning Coach of the Year and all this stuff. And that's great. You want to keep maintaining that. Anthony Davis playing at an MVP level. Right? LeBron's buying in and playing into the system. Austin Reeves is emergent, right? All the good and all the narrative is in a positive light, in a positive manner. You need it to stay that way. You need to keep it in that direction. How do you keep it in that direction? You keep winning, right? What's better than 3-2, 4-1? Right? All of a sudden, you lose the Cavs. Now you're 3-2, and that 3-game win streak to start the season doesn't look as great. It's still good, right? You're still over 500, but you don't want to start getting behind the 8 ball here a little bit. You want to keep pace. You want to stay higher in the standings and just weather and maintain, right? Cavs got to lose eventually. Now, I do have concerns because, well, one, sticking with LeBron, right? Coming off of a bad game, you owe us one, right? You were sick, tough game. Hey, it happens. I even said at the end of the game in the loss, like that one, I thought he looked sick. But 2, right? I'm not worried about LeBron. I don't think that this was like a father time caught up moment or anything like that. I think it's just, hey, it was a bad game, rough game. You had an illness. I'll buy it. I'll subscribe to it. Let's go. I need the bounce back. I need you to be that LeBron James. You going back home to Cleveland? Let's pull out this win. Let's show them who the king of Cleveland is. Cavs are feeling themselves, looking good. They're feeling good. They're 4-0. LeBron's time to come in and really kind of ruin that, spoil that for them. Also, what I was going to dive into was Bronny James. I think that this is one of the games that Bronny James will happen, at least at the time of recording this video. We don't have word either way. It's very possible that by the time you're watching this video, or depending on when you're watching this video, maybe that already got announced that Bronny is expected to play. He is or was on the road trip with this team, and then after this road trip, he's supposed to go to the G League. I believe that he is on the road trip to play a game in Cleveland. And look, I said it before the season began that I thought Bronny James would play, roughly a handful of games. Figured he'd play the very first Laker game, home game, which he did. And then I said, I see him playing in Cleveland, right, when they play Cleveland, because, again, LeBron grew up in Cleveland, drafted by Cleveland, Bronny, Cleveland, all that makes sense that, you play them in their home. And then I could see maybe like Miami or something like that, where you play Bronny. So I do expect Bronny to get some minutes. I think it'll be just like last time. It'll be just, brief little cameo, right? Get a couple, 3 to 5 minutes tops, depending on how he looks. I mean, if he looks good and he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, then yeah, I'll let him cruise out there for a few minutes. Obviously, I don't want to see him play unless he's just like lights out, right? He's like 3 of 3 from 3 or something like that, and just playing some great defense or something. But, realistically, get him in, get him out. Basically what you did in the LA game. You wait for the right moment, wait till you get a little bit of a lead, and then throw him out there. Hopefully he can hold his own and you can maintain the lead in that time, and then time to pull him out. Because, again, Lakers need to stay focused. Anthony Davis going up against Jarrett Allen, Mobley, right? He's going to have his hands full, but Anthony Davis is having an MVP level season. I need to see that maintained. I need to see Anthony Davis continue. This is his team. He's the best player, right? Everything's running through him. The offense, he's the guy. We need to see him. Anthony Davis said himself after the Suns game, we have it a mission. We don't lose 2 straight. We don't want to lose 2 straight all season. Okay, well, here's your opportunity. Here's an opportunity to make sure you don't lose 2 straight. Anthony Davis talked about making a big point this season. I want to dominate. I need to dominate. I need to show I'm this dominant player, this, that, and the other. All right. Buy it. I'll subscribe, but I need to see it, right? First 4 games, beautiful. Love it. All right. Love what you're doing. Love how you're playing. All right. Well, need to maintain that 4. I want to see Anthony Davis win the MVP, or at least be in the conversation, at least be in the voting, right? Like, Anthony Davis has been spectacular on both sides of basketball. And still, I have the bench concerns and stuff, but I do think that this is a matchup that the Lakers can win. I think that this is another matchup that is very favorable. LeBron has a history of playing well in Cleveland, very comfortable playing in that building, played in Cleveland numerous times for years and years and years, right? Second most behind the Lakers, right? So I want to see this Lakers team. How do you respond after a loss? That's the biggest thing. How do you respond after a loss? Do you just lay down and lose again? Do you bounce back? Right? Like, do you handle business? Now, again, it's early. You're gonna have your hiccups. You're trying to learn a new system. You have a lot of things that you're trying to work out. You're trying to figure out your rotation. You're trying to figure out, which guys can you consistently rely on, and this, that, and that. I get it. Right? Like, there's things that Lakers are trying to figure out. Game 5 on the itinerary. We have 77 more to go. So there's a lot of basketball left to be played, but you got to take it a game at a time. You got to make sure you're going in. You got to make sure you're handling your business, doing what you need to do, and walking out of here with the win. Right? Like, the schedule lightens up a little bit after this Cleveland game. This Cleveland game is one of the games where it's just like, it's a little tough. Right? Lakers started quite the schedule, but then you follow that up with a Toronto, a Detroit, and a Memphis, and that's how you're going to close out your 5-game road trip. Toronto, very winnable. Detroit, probably worst team in basketball, very winnable. All right, that should be 2 wins. You handle business against Cleveland, all of a sudden you're 4-1. Beat Toronto, you're 5-1. Beat Detroit, you're 6-1. Going into that Memphis game, great position to be in. Great position to be in. And now the Lakers start looking like, oh, wait a minute, this team might actually be a contender. All right, so how does this team look? How does this team respond? We need Austin Reeves to continue to be aggressive, to be physical, continue to make plays for himself and others, continue to play defense. He's going to have his hands full. He's probably going to be the one defending Donovan Mitchell. Not going to be easy. You're going to have your hands full. D'Angelo Russell needs to get after it, needs to find his shot. We need better consistency out of him. I like the playmaking. I like the activeness on the defensive side from D'Lo. Right? There's things to like about D'Lo, but he's there to hit shots. We need him to hit shots. I believe he'll be traded at some point this season, but until then, we need the best version of D'Lo possible. Rui, you make an argument, Rui's been our most consistent guy since the start of the season, not named Anthony Davis, of course. Right? But need him to continue to perform. We need him to continue to deliver. So, Lakers need to get back in gear. Let's go pull out this W. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel with your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Think the Lakers handle business and get this win today? Do you think I don't see it. They're going to take an L. They're going to be 3-2. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.